it says we're live. Good morning. It's Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. We're really plugging into this year. Before you know it, it'll be Thanksgiving, then it'll be Christmas. Actually, next week, if you want to go to a Walmart these days, in 2 days, you think it's going to be Valentine's Day. And I would tell you, buy everything that's in that store that you want to give away on Valentine's Day, because if you don't do it today, it's going to be gone. And if you want to give eggs to your loved one, make sure you definitely buy them today, because there'll probably be $1 million next week. With me today is Mr. Actual and Factual Ray Rayfield, William Rayfield, Ray from the Patriots Lab and Patriots Lab Uncensored. And he is everywhere on the internet. Today, Boogie with the Bull is live on my profile. It's live on the Boogie with the Bull page here on Facebook, Boogie with the Bull, YouTube, Boogie with the Bull on Twitch, and at Boogie WTB, at Boogie WT Bull on Twitter. And actually, Ray's probably a good guy to talk to about it. I know we land on Twitter. I don't know exactly where we land, but I do know that some people see it and they retweet it. But maybe we can talk about that at some point in the broadcast. I will start the broadcast by saying that I do apologize. My tone with Mr. Rayfield, who is someone that I do respect in this whole citizen broadcasting thing and value his opinion very much, that I kind of dropped a load of bull on him on his broadcasts in the last few days, and it's really not the right way to do it. You know, I went in, I took over his live chat yesterday, and that's really not the right way to do it. And it's kind of, I guess the words are, it's okay to disagree. It's okay to have slightly different wordings of how things should go. And other than that, we're going to have a grand conversation about politics and everything else. If I had to pick a winning team on the Super Bowl, I guess it has to be the 49ers. Unless they already played it and it was the Cowboys, but I hope not. I know you were riding for the Seahawks to make it into it, I think. I don't really follow much in football.
Yeah, I was, but I'm a realist. We wasn't supposed to make it as far as we was, so I give props up to the rookies out there who gave their all. But shout out, big ups to Pete Carroll, for being a great leader and being a leader of young men. And we see what he's capable of as a coach, and as a mentor. And to be the oldest coach in the NFL and still got what it takes to bring young men together and make them into winners. Hey, I look forward to nothing but next season, man. We got nothing but great things to look forward to.
Yeah, I remember when Mr. Carroll was coaching the New England Patriots, and he was probably one of the youngest coaches in the league. But then again, I'm an old man, and Ray is probably not an old man.
No, sometimes I get reminded. My body reminds me sometimes.
Me too. So join us on in the aforementioned live chat, my profile, the Boogie with the Bull page. Let's see, Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, where there is a live chat, and Boogie WT Bull somewhere over on Twitter. You can watch it, but so let's kind of delve in and see where we go. Donald Trump, because he was president, has that experience, and he can take a second term. Should there not be a brokered Republican convention? Should we just take Mr. Trump and run him and hope that he wins and gets that second term? What do you think?
I say let him earn it. Let him earn it. I mean, if we got Republicans out there that feel that they got some great ideas and that they can prove that they got what it takes to possibly be the future for this country. Because let's face it, 45, he ain't 45, he's up there in age, so we do have to start looking towards the future, and if not now, when? So I be actual and factual. There's nothing wrong with looking out there and seeing what happens, and if the American people decide that they want somebody else, and so be it. This is America. That's what it's all about. And it is what it is.
If 45 didn't get it this time, he'd still have that second term that he could run for at any time. But if 45 didn't get it, do you think it's time to move on from the presidency and serve in some other
45,
capacity, or do you
40,
think it's time for him to
45,
retire and enjoy his life and his grandkids?
45. He is he's like the rest of the greats. They, unfortunately, they don't know when it's time to, whether it's hang the gloves up, put the ball down, walk away from politics. They run themselves until they can't run no more. So I don't know. The man might pop up at 101 and think he can run, even though we know he can't. But you can't tell people like that nothing. When they've been to the pinnacle of what they do, you can't tell them nothing. So
Yeah,
you already know where I stand.
I know where you stand.
I want to see him go, because I judge him off his mental competence, and because I don't care whether you hate him or whether you like him, when you look at him, he is still all about business, and that's all I care about. I don't care if you got to wheel. I don't care if you got to wheel him in there in a wheelchair, as long as that mind is sharp as a whip, and his ideas. Because I ain't no slouch. I ain't dumb. So when he starts saying some crazy stuff, that's when I'll jump off the bandwagon. But until then, I'm gonna ride with my boy, because I'm a loyalist.
If it's Trump versus Biden in 2024, do you think America has a right, as well as President Trump, to ask that Joe Biden undergo cognitive testing to see if he is up to the challenge of being president?
If it gets to the point where it's Trump against Biden, to be actual and factual, I probably been gave up by that point. I probably been gave up. If Joe Biden, with all this stuff that's surrounding him, somehow finds a way to wiggle out of it and make it to 2024, I might have to start calling him the GOAT. I love my man Trump, but I tell you what, if Joe Biden wiggles out of this house with all of this evidence and all of these classified documents popping up all over, you name it, I might have to start calling him the greatest of all time. Because, man, wow. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, boy. Untouchable. You talk about untouchable. You talk about untouchable. I talk about my man still walking around. My man, he's walking around because he got the truth on his side.
Right.
Joe Biden walking around, or sliding around, skipping around, or doing whatever, he's shuffling around. Wow. Now that takes some, that right there, that's some gangster stuff right there. He makes John Gotti. He's making John Gotti and Al Capone look like them Girl Scouts, something.
Do you think that there is any chance that Biden's being set up? Or do you
Well,
think,
I've told you from the beginning, the first time, because as well as I do, that as long as this has been going on, and as long as they've been only wanting you to hear what they want to hear and censoring this and censoring that and taking people off the airways and this and that, the first time, and it might have been about 4 or 5 months ago, the first time I heard something chirping about Joe Biden, I said they greenlighted Joe. They greenlighted Joe. They done sent the dogs out. They done sent the wolves out. They done greenlighted them because they control what goes on. So, and lo and behold, it started out as a little trickle. Now you can't turn on any station, and they ain't throwing my man under the bus. So I knew it was gonna happen. They eat their own.
yeah,
They're done with Joe. He served his purpose. Now this is my thing. I'm trying to figure out if Joe gonna be the fall guy, or in the long run, if Joe gonna blame Hunter Biden being on crack.
but if Joe's going to be the fall guy, do you think that they will just let him finish up this term and then deal with whatever comes his way after he's no longer president? Or do you think, I mean, my fear is that they remove him because of it, and until the Republican House decides they have all the information they need to to send an impeachment to the Democrat Senate and hope that the rhinos and dinos do the right thing and remove him. But my fear is that they wouldn't want to put Kamala Harris in as president right now. Well, I mean, it might not matter, but I would think they wouldn't want to put her in as president right now because I don't see any way on God's green earth that Kamala Harris could defeat President Trump. But then again, I didn't see any way that Joe Biden would be able to beat Donald Trump. But I really don't see any way that Kamala Harris could beat Trump unless they spent 2020 to 2024 planning how they're going to do it. And we really got to remove them because they've had all this time to plan it. And my big fear is that 2024, a whole lot of people on both sides aren't going to go to the polls this year in 2024 because they just figure that it's going to be screwed up again.
Well, this is unfortunately where I have to and it's been a while since I had to do this. I literally have to take a pause in the whole situation that's going on at this point, because we've witnessed the illegal activity that's going on. It's out there. Okay, that was my main focus, and now the Republicans haven't shown me anything to put real weight behind. So I don't know if I'm going to wake up tomorrow and this is going to be a continuous nightmare, or I don't know if somebody in this administration of the government is going to grow some kahunas, and I'm going to wake up one morning and see some people being escorted away. I don't know where this goes. See, when laws have been broken, you I can't say now. It's like somebody when they find out who robbed the bank, you don't know if that person's door going to get kicked in or if they're going to continue to be able to live scot free and spend the money. So at this point, being that the evidence is out there, it's a fact that he had the information, took the information as while he was vice president. That's all they're talking about. It was illegal. Forget everything else.
Right.
Forget where it was found, how it was found, who it was found by. The fact of the matter is, once that them documents were removed, the law was broken. Now, that's not under debate. So now I just have to sit back and see which of who Republicans is going to have the courage, if any at all, to finally say, we got you, and we're going to do what our Constitution demands of us. And don't argue with me, argue with the Constitution. And
So
take it from there.
Could you see perhaps the House finally gets around with a Republican majority and people that will hopefully do the right thing? Could you see the Republican House sending an impeachment to the Senate on the grounds that he wasn't elected? And I don't care what action YouTube or Facebook take. Could you see Eric McCarthy as Speaker sending that to Chuck Schumer in the Senate, and Chuck just saying, you know what, folks, the shift is about to hit the fan, and what we might as well do is sacrifice those two. Then you have McCarthy, who becomes acting president, and the way I would see him acting if it became that way is that obviously if Biden wasn't elected, that means Harris wasn't appointed. That means Trump didn't lose. So does Trump come back for...
How did I know you was going to bring that up?
Well,
how
you know,
did I?
But you know what?
I mean, you know
I
what?
ask a lot of
If it
people
happens,
every day.
The only reason I say that scenario doesn't happen, for the simple fact that in order for that to happen, they have to scrap all of this
Right.
that they've mounted up on the documents and everything. Now we got to open up an investigation of the states and all of this, and bring... No, that's
Right.
putting too much on your plate.
Yeah.
And that's opening up a whole different... This is what I keep trying to tell you. They're not going to go down that rabbit hole of whether the election
Right.
was, which we believe
Right.
there was questions that need to... Let's put it that way. We believe that there are questions that need to be answered. That was one of my primary frustrations with the whole process. How dare you enable us to see stuff with our own eyes and then dare tell us we don't have the right to know what the hell took place?
Right.
That's all. I mean, at least, like I told people, at least lie to me. At least say, well, they're doing this, and this is what this is for, and this is why she was pulling those suitcases from under the table when everybody was subpoenaed to go home. And this is why these ladies were feeding in the machine. And just don't say, well, you didn't see that. And if you did see it, I'm not telling you anything. No, that this is America, man. No, you don't do that.
Right.
And that was my whole beat.
Okay. So then move on to something that's actual and factual, which is that, the documents were found in Biden's possession, and Biden is not supposed to have them. And if that is the case, that's the rabbit hole they jump into, because obviously they have the evidence that he shouldn't have had those documents. How he got them, it doesn't matter, but they were in his hand when they found them. And they obviously believe that they went to his hand or when he was vice president, and It's not. He didn't declassify anything.
This is
He didn't have the
this
ability to do that.
this is a great, this is an analogy. Y'all know I like using analogies. Man robs a bank.
Yep.
FBI know who robbed the bank. Do you think they really sit back in the conference room and say, well, let's sit back and figure out how they did it first before we go lock them up? Did they
No.
come in through the roof? Did they close out the
No, they
surveillance
bring him
system
in and
first?
they hope he's going to tell them how he did it.
So when I got to sit back and now I got to listen to Comer and, well, we got the evidence, but now we just got to cipher through this, we got to cipher through that, we got to see this. I'm like, wow, is it that technical, bro?
But it really
Is it
isn't
that
even
technical?
that. They hope that they're going to bring Biden in, sit him down, and he's going to be able to tell them how he did it.
Maybe, yeah, but maybe,
Or at least get
maybe.
enough out of him so that they can then send an impeachment into the Senate that just shows that, hey, he obviously talked about enough, convicted himself and how he talked about what happened. But my fear is that he's going to sit down and he's going to say, I don't remember. And it's going to be a dementia thing that he just doesn't remember. And how do you, there's ways that you punish a person. You take them out of society, you put them in a home for the mentally ill, and
That's it. They about to throw that Article 25 on him. They about to throw that Article 25 on him.
The problem with that is they're going to want to put him in a home where no one from our side, the American side, has any access to him because they don't want him. They don't want him to talk about it.
Dave. They already built the wall around his house, Dave. Come
Right.
on. They already built the wall around his house. You just answered your own question. They already built the wall around his house. Ain't nobody getting in. Ain't nobody getting out. They gonna wheel him through that gate. And once they close that gate, it's a wrap, bro. He don't need to come out no more. Grandkids be shuffled in. He don't. He gonna have all his ice cream.
I've had this funny feeling since day one that he has like we all dream about the beautiful studio in our basement. He's got that. Everything is a green screen in his basement. He can look like he is in Ukraine handing briefcases full of cash to Zelensky. He can look like he's sitting down at an international table with Putin and all these other world leaders. There's a shot of him, there's a video of him speaking to a reporter, and there's 9 monitors on the wall, and each one has a different world leader that looks like they were in a meeting with him, and he even has said that before.
Hey.
My whole thing is that personally, I have held this belief that he only leaves what I call the Delaware dungeon from the day he got elected.
He can't wait to get back. He can't wait to get back in there.
No, I don't think he's ever left. I think they wheeled him in and they just said, this is what you're going to do. This is your White House. The joke used to be that Bill Clinton had a scale model of the executive office of the what do you call it? The Oval Office built at the Clintons' home in Chappaqua. And they told the staff from the night of the election on, you call her Madam President, and she goes in and thinks she's the president because she's nuts. And I got a funny feeling, I've always said that maybe Jill Biden bought that from Bill Clinton, had it taken apart brick by brick, trucked to Delaware. So he gets up every morning, walks into what he thinks is the Oval Office. He does whatever he wants to do that they think he needs to do. And they only bring him out for photo opportunities. He likes ice cream, so they bring him out when he's in Philadelphia and they make him have ice cream. I personally, that Hitler-style speech that he did in Philadelphia, that was one of the lowest points in his. I thought he should have been booted out right then and there. But you can't boot out a man for giving a speech that makes him look like Adolf Hitler. But that's just me. Maybe and I hope that I'm wrong. I mean, I hope that he really is running around the country looking as screwed up as he really is. Want to say good morning to Derek Arnold, who is watching. Danny Campbell is watching. William Rayfield is on with me, so he's watching. Want to tell Derek that I'm glad he got his truck fixed. He was
tell Derek when he comes through Tennessee, stop through Jonesboro, and
Yep.
we can grab some lunch. Is
Yeah.
he in a big rig, 18-wheeler?
No. He has a pickup truck that pulls his trailer.
Oh,
And I think
okay.
the truck broke down, and I didn't hear exactly what. Heard it was $1,700, and that's a lot of dollars.
Oh yeah, especially today.
When it comes to fixing. And Derek is on the road on that thing.
So I got a question.
He
for you.
is on his way to Tennessee. Now that the truck is fixed, I know he's going to be there. I didn't get cleared by my doctors in time to be able to make arrangements to be in Tennessee. I will be live broadcasting as much of it as I can, and or meeting up on Boogie with the Bull with as many broadcasters that are going to be there doing their own thing. So don't count us out. I did want to ask you, speaking about rallies, the Unite rally, February 18th in Loganville, Tennessee. Are you going to be able to hit that one?
Well, I just seen that my man
Jonathan Garcia, Mac McGregor.
No,
I'm trying to help you.
the Marine's gonna be on there.
Okay. I don't.
And,
I'm sure I know. As soon as you remember and you say the person's name, I'm sure I'm gonna remember. But
I'm trying to see if I can get down that way. I'm not sure. The veteran's gonna be performing down there. He's gonna be down there also.
Yeah, no, the veteran is going to be performing. I
You're
know
down in Florida because you're in Florida.
And I know Derek is going to be there. And a lot of people are going to be linked via Derek. And it's going to be in Tennessee. A lot of people are going to be in, but I know a lot of people are going to be in Loganville at the Unite rally. Lucretia Hughes is going to be there. I know Melissa Morgan is going to be there. I don't have the flyer in front of me. I really should, but it's all over Facebook. It's on my profile. It's on Mac McGregor's profile. It's probably on your profile. And I hope that people will be there. So if you have a comment,
I haven't made no commitments. Most of my finances have been going into moving into my new location. So
beautiful new home
I haven't committed.
out in the country. A beautiful new home out in the country.
My lab has been turned down to a cubicle. I've been demoted. I used to have a nice corner office with a view, but I still have the lab. So God is good. God is good. It's not as big, but you know what? It's comfortable. I'm content.
You are content.
I'm content. But I've been wondering. I've been wondering as I do, and I don't know why, but it seems that I'm always at the forefront of a lot of things, and so I will continue to do so. Yep. I've been finding something pretty odd over these past couple of days, maybe a week or two.
Okay.
With all this classified information talk going around with the vice president, there's still somebody, and I'll leave them nameless because I don't want to threaten your platform.
Oh,
but
please.
there's still somebody that hasn't been brought up in this whole scenario of it all, and is that deliberate? Because if I can
Now,
think about it,
now you got to say the name. I don't care. You won't risk the platform.
Barack Obama. Barack Obama. See, when the reporters
He
report
has to
what
be
they're
involved.
supposed to report,
He, he has to be
he would be
involved
the
in some
primary.
way
He would
because
be, yeah, yeah.
unless
So,
unless Joe managed to walk into wherever those documents were, if they were at the
hey,
White
that
House,
that is beside the point. If
and
that's the
get out of the
case,
White House with those documents.
hey, if that's the case, let's find that out. But to not have interjected Barack Obama into this conversation at this point, when we already know he was the head man in charge,
I
is
believe,
kind
if
of fishy.
anything, that his lawyers have probably told him, "Don't you say a damn thing in public."
Oh no, no, I'm not talking about
You,
that. I'm not
you,
talking about him. That's the smart play. But I'm
yeah,
talking about everybody else. I'm talking about all the reporters. I'm talking about the mainstream media. Hell, for that case, I'm talking about other
uh,
people on social media.
well, I'm
Let's
surprised.
stick.
I'm
Let's stick.
surprised that Hillary Clinton's name hasn't come up because she shredded 30,000 documents
I don't
while
care.
she
I
was
don't
the
care about that. See,
Secretary of
see,
State.
we can't. But see, once again, we're jumping down another rabbit hole that we know exists. We ain't got time for that
No,
shit.
no, no, I know, but I
Let's
mean,
stick with the play that's at hand. The play that's at hand right now. We can't go back to the first quarter. We're in
right,
the fourth quarter. Let's
which
stick to the play. The play at hand is now this man who was VP at the time has now got caught with classified information, documentation that has been in his possession before dating his presidency, which is illegal.
right,
So,
but a lot of the view seems to be that. I mean, I heard rumors now that there was a an Asian employee of the Biden Center offices who had a set of keys to everything in the office. And that brings up the possibility, or maybe that's what they want us to think, that brings up the possibility that maybe because of Mr. Biden's claimed close relationship with China, maybe that was how Vice President Biden got a closer relationship with China. We all know, you said yesterday, but everybody knows that Hunter Biden rode with Joe on a trip on Air Force One or two, whichever one he was on, the vice president's plane, to China at least once. So, there's just too many questions that you have to ask. I mean, I would say, first off, well, hey, for all we know, Vice President Biden was going to China and he took his son with him to go see China. But we know that it's more than that. Hunter is now on the board of directors of just about every good company in China that's owned by the Chinese government. And, so there's just too many questions. I think perhaps what's going on is, I think the real people within the Democrat Party who make the decisions on what's going on and what Joe does have kind of said to themselves in the background, let's just let him hang himself. Unless he starts naming names. If he starts naming names, then yeah, we have to, we're going to have to allow Mr. McCarthy and company to start questioning everybody. If he says the president knew that I took them, or the president gave them to me and I took them, my first question as even a freshman representative on either the House Intelligence or Judiciary Committee is going to be, well, Mr. Biden, if Barack Obama knew that you had these documents and you were going to take them into your possession, then why didn't he declassify them before you took them? Then the question becomes whether or not they were documents that could be declassified and go with you. But you can't say that the president gave you classified documents and say, take them, go do what you want with them. And, because when we bring in President Obama, he's going to say, I didn't have any idea that this was going on. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have given him classified documents and told him to take them without me at least declassifying them. So, I mean, I think they're waiting to see if and when President Biden gets a piece of paper telling him to come have tea with several committees in the House, if he shows up, and if he does show up, who he names. Because like you said at the beginning, it may very well be that they went to Joe, and regardless of what his true mental capacity is, and said, just let this go, because, just go through this, because if you get removed from office, we're going to take care of you for the rest of your life. You're going to go home to Delaware and, and be in the best presidential care home ever built for the rest of your life and not have to worry about anything, as opposed to saying you're gonna get led to the gallows and it'll all be over in about 30 seconds. And then you have to wonder if he decides to speak publicly once that's all happened. I think this is serious enough that perhaps it could, we'll talk about something happening that could bring down the Democrat Party. This is worse than Nixon making tapes and asking people to go break into the other side's offices and steal all.
Watergate ain't got shit on this, man.
No, I know, but I mean, right? This is worse. This is worse. The vice president committed a crime, and there's no statute of limitations on this crime. And to quote Actual and Factual again, I think you've been saying without coming out and saying it, there's no statute of limitations on this. And by doing it, he violated his oath of office as vice president. And by getting elected president and taking that oath, he's already violated that oath because he never admitted
having the information. This
is what I did before.
That's right. Unless he sticks to, I didn't know how it got there.
No one's seen the documents, or the public hasn't seen the documents to know what they were. Maybe he took some things that, obviously he knew they were illegal, but he took, and everybody does illegal stuff up there anyway, but maybe he took what he could so that if they ever came after him or he became president and they tried to eliminate him, he could pull a Hillary Clinton. If I go down, I'm taking you all down with me. But it's just I don't know. For lack of putting it better, it's a clusterfuck. And I don't think even he knows what he needs to do.
Well, and then we gotta. We haven't even went down the hypocrisy road of it all. How they, go in and raid Mar-a-Lago as he's having discussions, with the archives, and then here in this instance, I mean, we have numerous instances, and you don't hear nothing from the DOJ. You don't hear nothing from the FBI.
Right. I don't agree that showing up with a piece of paper that says it's okay to come in and trash your house and take whatever we want is okay, because yes, he was negotiating with them. He had turned over what he thought he needed to turn over and let them review. And whether or not they had done that, it just seems like they kept saying, no, we want this, we want other stuff that we think you have. And, whether or not he had it or not, I don't know. But, they showed up at his house and they
Well,
kicked the body out.
Comer says that they've tried to get reach out to the archives and try to get what actually gave them cause. What did they tell the FBI to give them cause to go in there? And they won't.
I don't trust a word that comes out of James Comey's mouth.
Not Comer.
Oh, Comer. I thought you said Comey.
Yeah.
I was
But
going to
see,
say,
you
I don't trust a word that comes out of James Comey's mouth.
What people have to understand is when Barack Obama left office, every president that leaves office, they verify with the National Archives that they've turned over everything.
Yeah.
So either Barack Obama lied to the National Archives or the National Archives knew that these documents were not included in what they were supposed to have been turned over.
Well, maybe that's how Barack Obama got covered his ass, for lack of putting it better. And he just said, Joe, I'm gonna give this stuff to you, and for safekeeping. And if I need it from time to time, I'm gonna come and pull what I need periodically, and no one's gonna question anything.
But maybe Barack Obama did. Maybe Barack didn't have anything to do. See, because as far as I know, Biden is the only one with the shady deals that was going on.
Right. Biden had shady deals going on with China, and I wonder if Biden will sit down before the committees while president or not being president anymore and say, I did this once I became a quote unquote operative for China. Once they were doing things with me and they were doing things with Hunter, I did what they told me to do. And this is what I did. And this is what I had. So if you were to say that, my biggest fear is that since we don't know what classified information he has, we don't know what classified information he may have already shown to China or given to China. And that leaves us in a compromising position with China. Or it's quite possible that China comes back to the table and says, oh, no. We had nothing to do with this. We had nothing to do with this, because the minute President Trump wins 2024, they know he's going to start bashing them again. He wants that $10 trillion that Wuhan Labs cost the world for, I call it Joe Bid 21, coronavirus depopulation 2030, whatever you want to call it, pick a name. And, at some point, before he leaves in 2028, President Trump will collect that $10 trillion from China. Whether
he all about the money.
Piece of real estate they have in the United States, somehow he's going to get that $10 trillion. He's gonna. I think China is gonna take a hit. But the other thing on that really bothers me, a couple of weeks ago, did you read any of the posts they were on Facebook, they got buried on Facebook, but it was Bill Gates coming out and saying that he is ready to release the next variant. That was the headline.
Mm-mm.
And I took this, I'm sure I brought it up on Boogie Broadcast. You don't tell the world you're ready to release the next variant of a major health crisis, global health crisis, Because if you already have the next variant to release, to me, that just says, oh, I'm sorry, we're at Wuhan Labs. I'm sorry, we're sorry, we spilled it and it got out, and a weapon of mass destruction, as I call it, got out, and it started to do what it's supposed to do. And if Gates saying to me, we're ready to release the next variant, is like, it's biological warfare. We're just going to kick it up a notch and release the next version.
I don't know.
They
got so much going on in so many different angles.
And
if Fauci, no, I didn't hear about that
one. If Fauci's patents have anything to do with it, and he's going to make a dime off of it, wrong. Did he actually leave the NIH? I had read something that said he left. He's gone. Has that actually happened? I'm so tired of following him that I really didn't even read up.
I haven't been following him.
I figured a long time ago that if he had gotten a vaccine passed, not an emergency use authorization, if he had gotten a vaccine passed and signed into law, then all 3-4 of the big pharma companies were going to hire him on in some capacity as an advisor with stock options. I already think he pledged his soul to Bill Gates anyway.
Right.
But
I didn't know Hunter Biden had a baby mama. Hunter Biden got a 4-year-old daughter, and I guess he wrote to the courts and is trying to fight against the baby mama from giving the daughter the last name, because he said it's going to create nothing but heartache for her in the future. And the baby mama,
the other way around. I thought it was the baby's mama who said she didn't want. The baby.
No, the baby mama. No, the baby mama said that she is entitled, and what comes with the name, it just comes along with the name. And then she started mocking Hunter Biden. She's like, Hunter Biden was on the board of Burisma. Hunter Biden was doing this. She said my daughter gonna be wealthy at the end of the day.
Well, then that makes me think of the president's daughter, the one that said, I had to shower with him and this, that, and the other thing.
Well, you know what that
I can't imagine why she has to change her last name.
People need to understand. This is about legacy, and this is about the future. Beau Biden is rest in peace, is passed away.
Yeah.
If this girl gets the Biden last name, oh man, in years to come, he don't want the Biden legacy, the fortune, and all of the millions and all of that being transferred into that girl, or even a third of the wealth or any of that. This is about the future of not. This is about the future. That's why he don't want her to have that name, because when they die off.
You ever notice when he's talking about Hunter, then all of a sudden it's like something snapped in his mind, and he's like, Beau Biden was a hero.
Well, you know what?
And it's like, why are you attacking my son?
That's an old man.
Well, that's what part of what dementia.
That's an old man thinking of the good old days and how proud he is of his boys.
But I don't know. Is the man?
He you gotta remember, he hasn't. Hunter Biden's one of the brightest people he's ever met. And Hunter, like so many others, have conquered a crack addiction and made his way to the highest positions on boards, and closed some of the biggest deals, and became a world-renowned artist that we never knew he could become. And he has something to be proud of. I mean, the boy was paying $50K a month mortgage on a crib for his
Oh, come on.
dad, and
He's
you
laundering.
know
He's
who wouldn't be
laundering
proud of a
50K.
son like that,
He's
man? Come
laundering
on.
50.
And
He's
and
laundering
then
50K.
Bo, rest in peace. To, right now, I don't know where Bo died because leave it up to his dad. I mean, I don't know if it. I don't know. He done told so many different stories on how it actual and factual took place. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Yeah.
He's been raised by so many nationalities. I don't even need. I don't even know. I don't know. See, I got to the point where I just don't know no more.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to succumb to.
Yeah.
They want us to succumb to the point where we just don't know.
We don't know. But it's time that we do know, unfortunately. I guess. I mean, the other option is if we don't want to know, then maybe it's just time to say, hey, you know what? You got us in a state of confusion that we don't think that we can get out. So goodbye.
It's like that game, you know, when you're standing around, they put a blindfold on you and then they spin you around and
Yep.
then take the blindfold off. And then when you can't see nothing, that's what they do. They had blindfolders and they've just been spinning us around, spinning us
Yep.
around. And now the blindfolders are off and America's so dizzy, they don't know. But they better get focused. They better regain focus real quick because, man,
I'm going to throw a total curve at you. You think while all of this is going on, that the real Democrat power brokers, the people that make the decisions in the Democrat Party, you think they're talking to Hillary Clinton to run in 2024? So it's Clinton Trump. It's Clinton versus Trump 2.0. Because if he loses and doesn't win 2024, then there's plenty of opportunity. But if he wins 2024 against Biden or whoever the Democrats nominate, and it's not Hillary Clinton, then she'll never have a chance to defeat him again because this will be his second term. Also, though, no one's really given me the right answer. If he won 2020, but he gets elected in 2024, what happens?
do you want me to answer the first question first?
Yeah,
My mind.
yeah.
I'm short spanned.
Yes, I want you to answer. I want you to answer the question. Do you see Hillary as possibly a last minute Democrat candidate in 2024?
Yeah, I actually do, and the reason I say that is because in the end, sometimes like the late great, rest in peace, Ric Flair once said, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And to finally fulfill prophecy and destroy all which is evil here that's going on, we might just have to be the giant slayer. So I don't see the Democrats throwing any amateurs into the mix when it comes to their last stance. When it comes to throwing the Hail Marys, I will put Hillary Clinton at the top of the list. Yeah, I would try to think that they would put the good old days back into the brain of the American people. I think they think the hot sauce lady would be just the remedy for what America would need. But I believe they would have a rude awakening.
Yep.
You know the saying, fool
Yep.
me once, shame on you.
You
Fool me
think?
twice, shame on no. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
You think? I mean, I always thought about it. I could see that, but I could imagine Hillary calling Trump and just saying, you know what, Donald? If you beat me, you beat me, and it's not over until it's over. But you know what? We got to give in all of these debates, and we're going to have a bunch of them. In all of these debates, people are just going to show up. They want to knock down battle between you and I, and we got to give it to him. And I could see Trump saying, you know what, Hill, you're right. So they go out, they have the total bitch slap fest. And then at the end, they just shake hands and go out and have a beer. You know, because it's all show. It's all show. Who puts on the better show?
It can't happen. And the reason it can't happen, because I just keep it actual and factual and straight to the point. You cannot have a debate where one side can say, "Hey, you've lied on me. You haven't proven anything, but yet you destroyed 33,000 emails." That debate would go sideways in an instant. So I will stop it there, because I wasn't thinking rational at first.
Okay.
But you cannot have a debate with a known liar and lawbreaker on one side, and then on the other side, somebody that has been accused for years, but yet he's on the debate stage. That defies some type of really reason and logic right there.
Okay.
That seems to be an unfair fight right there.
Yep.
So I'll just pump the brakes. I won't push that issue no more. So okay. I'll retract my last statement.
I put you on the spot, and I understand.
Yeah. So I'll retract my last statement. I don't think they will. If Donald Trump somehow makes it through a fight with the Republicans that go up against and want to battle it out, or whoever, I don't think Hillary Clinton. No. That'll be bulletin board. You see that on every overpad. That'll be bulletin board. See, the last thing Democrats want is bulletin board material right now.
No.
Yeah, they I surprise myself sometimes, but that's all they want. They don't need that. They don't.
This cage match is scheduled for one fall.
Yeah.
Winner takes all.
But you know what? They are. That's what happens when you're so arrogant, and you forget that really God is in the mix of all things that take place. And he said he promised to never leave us nor forsake us. But he also said there would also be days of trials and tribulations. See, that's what happens when they get so overconfident and they don't have a plan B. See, they don't have a plan B. Who are they talking about? Governor Newsom, that's not a real plan B, because that's another desperation throw. You think people are going to look at Gavin Newsom in the state of California and think he could run this country or try to no. So anybody, Buttigieg, come on. No. People don't even know who Buttigieg is.
Well, they don't. Well, the Democrats
they never had a plan B.
Right. Democrats don't want you to know anything more than what everybody knows. He's openly gay. He's married. And they have adopted 2 children. So as far as the Democrats go, they're one of the perfect family unions. That's about all they want you to know. I don't think it will get that far, because if you look at government experience, as you have said, he didn't do a great job where he was mayor. And he is part of the reason the supply chain problem is such a problem, because he couldn't even create the highway system or manage the highway system or the rail system, all the systems to get things to people. So, I don't see him as, I saw him for a while that if Biden got booted out, Harris became president, I could see her grabbing Secretary Pete as her VP, understanding that he's not going to go anywhere, because if she makes it herself to 2024, and she probably wouldn't do anything stupid like that anyway, because if she became president before 2024, she's only going to bring in a vice president that's going to allow her to become president. But anyway, I don't really know. We're coming up on an hour. We can continue. We can do whatever. I leave it on you. I never know what your schedule is, other than agreeing to come on. You tell me.
I really didn't have a schedule for today. I actually um shared your um show today to 18 different groups,
Oh,
and we've had quite a few people watching. So you can give a
good,
great um
good.
segue, or what do you call it? A great, you can go ahead and give a prompt to, or a
Okay.
um,
Well, I thank everybody who watched Boogie with the Bull with Ray Rayfield from the Patriots Lab Uncensored here on Facebook. I know he is all over the place. He is on YouTube, like we are. He is on Twitch, like I am.
no, not on YouTube, not on YouTube.
You're not
No,
on
no,
YouTube.
no,
He is not.
no.
Did you give up, or are you spanked right now?
I'm done. I'm done. You have to see the way they have all information on my devices. So unless I go from another location or use other
Okay,
socials, and they have a way of locking it in. And I'm not going to be one that goes under a fake account
right,
using my baby social security
right.
number, and
Yeah,
you know
no.
they will come knocking on my door.
Are you on Rumble? Because a lot of people
Yes,
that
yes, yes. I'm on
because
Rumble.
I'm hearing that a lot of people are going to Rumble, leaving Facebook and going to Rumble, and a lot of YouTube people are leaving YouTube and going to Rumble.
Well, actually, I mean, if it and this goes, it iterates what I was saying earlier. You have to be ready to take what comes along with the business. If every time you turn around you're getting censored, "Well, I'm not going back on there. You have to remember why we're here. And I'm talking to all of the social media individuals that get frustrated like myself,
Yep,
and are ready to just throw in towels. That's what they want us to do.
yep,
Some platforms actually take your money and then censor you. But if you're not in it for the long haul, if you're not in it 1,000%, this isn't for you. At the end of the day, we have to remember, whether we believe it or not, we have people out there that count on us, that
yep,
come and they look to us for information. So it would be selfish of me to not try to get back on the YouTube. I had over 11,000 followers on YouTube at one time, and when they shut me down for this last time, I was building up to 2,400 after being shut down. So um, I'll go back once I can go back the legal way,
yep,
and basically get back in the fight, build it up all over again, networking, letting people know, hey, I'm
yep.
back. If I have to use a different name under my real name for a different platform, like maybe it'll be the Patriots Lab 2.
Yep.
Or, but in
The
time,
Patriots
like,
Lab censored instead of uncensored.
yeah, there you go. The Patriots, no, then people won't want to come on. They'll be
No,
like,
you're
oh,
right.
he gonna censor me.
People won't want to come on. Yeah, I,
Off
it,
the chain. Oh,
it's just sad that right now, with all the things the Republican House has to take up and deal with right now,
the
that
actual and
that we
factual
aren't
in the
that we
lab.
aren't right that we aren't in a better position with our government so that they could actually take on social media reform. And the question is whether or not they would, because there's always rumors that everybody in the swamp is in somebody's back pocket. Uh, uh, and it's always supposedly one of the social media networks. And I'm not in anybody's back pocket, and I understand those who are. But I'll leave it with you, Ray. I'll leave it up to you. You want to go a little bit longer, or you want to?
Well, it's been a great show so far. I appreciate the opportunity as always to
Well,
be
I
able
owed you
to.
the opportunity. I owed you the opportunity because, like I said, I think it was wrong of me to go on to your broadcast and live chat yesterday and take it over. That was 100% wrong. And if I've gone on to one of your broadcasts and took over the broadcast, that's 100% wrong too. And I had a good time. We got a lot of information out to people, and I hope that I hope they will come to their own conclusion and continue to watch the Patriots Lab. Uh, I'll let Ray tell you everywhere that you are, and
Well, like I tell people, we don't ever take it personal. That's what reality is all about, man. It ain't like it ain't like I got somebody over here that puts makeup on me and stuff, and buffers me up, gets me in the right light and all of that stuff, and we're supposed to sit up and not be worried about being fired by the producer for saying how we really feel. That's not what America's all about.
no, it's not.
America's all about being able to agree to disagree, but yet try to be on the path forward in the same
Yep,
direction.
we are.
That's all. That's all it's about.
All right. I'm sure you will be back, and I hope that you're back. And anytime you see that I'm on, you're welcome to come on and be a part of it. Friday is supposed to be Randy Rhodes and I with Jen Woodruff. The Friday Free for All, we get a little bit of history lesson, and then we move on to a discussion of the news of the day and other things. So you're welcome to join. You're welcome to join us, and then as we go through the history lesson, you're welcome to be a part of the discussion of the day. If you're around right now, that's the only scheduled Boogie with the Bull broadcast, the Friday Free for All at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. And then Monday through Thursday, it's going to be just whenever you see it in your notifications, you have enough time to get into someplace where you can watch it and be in the live chat. Maybe 7:30, maybe 10 o'clock. I don't know. Nothing may change, but just trying to kick things up a notch.
But we sit back and we watch America still on a daily basis
Yep.
act like there's nothing to see here. So, America, my plea to you as always is, when is enough enough? I mean, that's all. It's all right.
Yep.
No one never said we couldn't take community policing to a higher level.
Yep.
You live in a community, they say when you see a crime, report a crime. We're seeing crimes.
Yep.
So, I believe that America, it's our duty, it's our right, it's our responsibility. When we see a crime being committed, report a crime.
We
So we
do.
got to get together. We got to get together as a country and let our voices be heard and report the crime that we see that's taking place in front of us.
We do. All right. Anything else, Mr. Rayfield?
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
You have anything? You have anything else planned for today?
Um,
Or
actually,
or you may just be on when you're on.
no, actually today I think it's a Western Pacific World War II day. That's what I was. That's what I was. That's what I was YouTubing. I was at the point. I was at the Battle of the Guadalcanal,
Okay.
and I'm getting ready to watch that. And you know, it's I'm in awe when I sit back and I watch, especially being a ex sailor. It is it's something else when you watch what you did, but back in the day, how they really, man,
Yeah.
it makes me proud to have been in the Navy.
Yeah.
That's what war was really about, and we don't realize that today war is not that. It's like back in the day when we used to wanted to have a disagreement. We'd go out into the yard and then it'd be fist to fist. Every now and then somebody pull out a little knife or maybe a little chain, or somebody had a little stick or something they'd pick up or whatever. But now it's from a distance with bullets. And it's just like war. Back then it was fought, you know, fist to fist. I mean, shell to shell. And now it's fought long distance.
Yeah, they just crack open a Chromebook and fire a laser beam at you.
Man, it's crazy. You don't know how many times I sit in front of my phone and it'll flash or something like that. And I don't I don't put nothing past
Yeah.
this crazy government. I know they probably took in plenty of pictures, just like they listen to our conversations right now.
Well, I hope Joe Biden's laughing as hard as he can. But sorry, Joe, you missed it. I had ice cream for dessert last night, and I had ice cream on Monday because it was my birthday. So anyway, I'm ahead of you this week, Joe. Anyway, Ray, it's always a pleasure. Like I said, if you see me on, you're always welcome to pop in and be a part of it. This was actually laid back, casual, and I enjoyed it.
Well, see, that's because we had a green room session,
Yep.
and see, we had some guidelines, and one of the stipulations was we're going to sit back and going to have a decent,
Yep.
casual conversation.
Yep.
And we did that. Maybe we should, when we get more people on and you get me on, we lay down the guidelines. Unless you
Yep.
say it's free for all, and we try. Sometime we gotta be give some.
I'd like to bring Derek Arnold in sometime if he's available. You and I and Derek and
How's
Ray.
Michael Anthony doing?
I talked to Michael, but Michael
I know he's into a lot of stuff.
Michael's into a lot of stuff, but it's not that Michael's into a lot of stuff. It's just that Michael is so busy that I never know when he's going, and a lot of times it's easier for him to be with his team when he's on. And I still tell people go to the Michael Anthony Facebook page. It's the red, white, and blue 10 o'clock talks logo is the profile picture. Become his friend. You can scroll all through his page. You'll see all the different kinds of broadcasts that he does. And when he's on doing them, you will get a notification, and you should go watch them, and you should comment in the live chat. And if he doesn't read the live chat while he is doing a broadcast, he reads the live chat after a program, and he makes sure he addresses things that people brought up. Don't miss Donald Wisman. It's either 6 p.m. Eastern or 7 p.m. Eastern on Sunday nights. There's the American Rebellion Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 7 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. Randy Rhodes is always there sometimes. Jen Woodruff is there sometimes. I'm there sometimes. Jerry Michaels and the guys are a fun thing to do. Anyone in particular that you follow, Ray?
No.
Okay. Well,
I follow everybody. I click on everybody. I shout out to everybody. Keep grinding.
Yep.
That's all I can say. Find your lane. Keep doing what you do, man. And hey, it'll be over soon. I had one of my followers send me some things that allegedly possibly might be down the pike, and it all goes along with prophecy, and we'll see. I never like to believe that I'm doing anything in vain.
Yep.
So I believe in what we're doing, and I believe that
let me throw one last curveball at you, and take a minute or two, and or don't want to answer it. You see Jesus Christ winning the 2024 election?
Huh?
You see Jesus Christ winning the 2024 election? coming down and taking us all home?
Jesus Christ wins every day.
Yep.
Jesus Christ wins every day.
Could it be God said enough? Enough is enough. On election day 2024, he's just going to decide that he's winning. It's
Well,
time
being that you
to bring us home.
being that you put Jesus Christ into the mix, I'll leave you with this. He said, "You'll know nor the day, nor the hour."
Yep.
He can come like a thief in the night. That's prophecy, man.
Yep. I've always said I kind of hope it will be like Beetlejuice, and I'll just go to sleep and wake up on the other side.
Well, like I said, it's the important thing with anything is once the obvious is presented, after that point, it's out of our hands.
It is.
We've done what we've done. We've pushed it to the brink. We've exposed. We've held the line. What I don't know what else would need to be revealed for a country to be able to say, you know what? We're not going to be a Venezuela. We're not going to be a Cuba.
Nope.
We're not going to be any of these countries that we watch on TV, and it begins just as so. We're not going to be that.
Did you read anything yesterday that evidently Biden had, I guess, the former Brazilian police chief, who I guess was here in Florida, was escorted out of the country and sent back to Brazil?
No, but I heard Joe Biden did retain Barack Obama's #1 attorney. So, if that man, come on, man, you retaining an attorney already?
He's retaining an attorney he can't afford. Well, I guess he probably could afford to pay.
Oh yeah, he can afford
you
it.
go into the Senate, you go into the vice presidency, and you become president for the money. So,
but why do you need an attorney? See, you got to ask the obvious. If you're innocent, and they have nothing against you, why do you need somebody to litigate on your behalf when they come up with evidence against you? Why do you need somebody to negotiate? See, if you're innocent, there's nothing to negotiate because you have nothing.
This is true.
So,
this is true. All right, Mr. Rayfield, any final words?
No. Any more curveballs?
No more curveballs. I'll save them for the next time we're together. I'll get a hold of Derek Arnold and see if I can get a time where the three of us and maybe a few more. If you have one person you want to bring in, and we'll convene for another trial here in the People's Court.
All right. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure as always, and hey, until next time, brother. God bless.
All right. Okay. William Rayfield from the Patriots Lab. Always a pleasure to have him with us, and quoting actual and factual. It kind of got a little tense with me. I was kind of a bad boy. Got into a matter of words that wasn't quite 100% sure, and kind of went into Boogie with the blowout mode, and wasn't right. Sometimes you got to let your head cool off and get a hold of people and bring them all in and just have a casual conversation as we did. I hope everybody enjoyed what they heard. We were live on my profile and the Boogie with the Bull page here on Facebook, the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, Boogie with the Bull Twitch channel, and Boogie WT Bull over on Twitter. Like I said, I still have to go over and find out where it lands on on Twitter. We are still, we're interested in looking at Rumble. Rumble is 2 packages, and we have to decide which one is the better one, and try it, or try the lower one. And if it works out for us, then we can always upgrade. And still want people to think that StreamYard is the absolute best. If you're looking for a live streaming program, you go to StreamYard.com, you can look at pricing, and it will tell you all the plans and all the features, and you decide again which is right for you. I do have to throw this in, as I say I have to on every Boogie with the Bull broadcast. The views expressed on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast are those of me and anyone else who is either on camera or in a live chat. Everybody has a right to their own opinion. I don't have to agree with it. Others on the panel don't have to agree with it. Others in the live chat don't have to agree with it. But that's what makes us Americans. We have a right to say anything we want, how we want to say it, and then listen to anybody who wants to give a different view of what they feel. That's what we try to do. Boogie with the Bull is a production of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. We own the name, we own the broadcast, we own the page, we own the group here on Facebook, we own the group over on StreetLock. That is what it is. Right now on Facebook, we're pushing group memberships in the Boogie with the Bull group, the Few, the Proud, the Deplorable group, the Hardcore Conservatives group, pushing those 3 right now, and looking around at the future of the other ones. That includes Citizen Journalists for the American People, as well as God Bless Trump and the USA. And there's a weird one that has the name This Group is Closing One. This Group is Closing One. It used to be the Ministry of the Truth group, but I was getting buried in Facebook Messenger with people asking me what time on Sunday is Sunday Mass and what time on Wednesday is Bible study. So the name of the group became This Group is Closing One. It's still a conservative patriot group, and continue to post in it if you want. If that group, This Group is Closing One, reaches 500 people, we will consider leaving it open. If it reaches 1,000 people, we will keep it open, but we will give it a different name. And continue to have it here on Facebook. We have American Regulators, we have Boogie with the Bull, we have Citizen Journalists for the American People, Conservative Freedom Defenders, we have God Bless Trump and the USA, we have the Few, the Proud, the Deplorable, the Hardcore Conservatives group, and This Group is Closing One. We didn't do much sharing today. Let me call up groups here and see what we get. The Hardcore Conservatives group, you have it. The Few, the Proud, the Deplorable group, you've got it. Boogie with the Bull group, you've got it. Citizen Journalists for the American People, you have it. Red Mammoth Nation TV, Jonathan Garcia's group, you've got it. American Patriots Unite, you've got it. Let's scroll down through, and we didn't share it into too many people. We went right into the broadcast today. If you want to get it into your group, come to the Dave Globin profile on Facebook and take it and share it all over Facebook, anywhere you want to share it. I always say, take it, post it in a group. If the admin of the group says no, they don't want it there, then please don't put it there anymore. In groups where admin or moderator post approval is needed before, just put it in there. Sometimes those groups reject it because they need a headline separate from the headline on the post. If that happens, let me know, and I will go in there and put a headline on it. It just, so with groups that use admin assist, they don't recognize the headline from StreamYard as the headline on the post. If it doesn't have a headline on the post, then it won't take it. So what you could also do in groups, any group that you share it into on Facebook, give it Boogie with the Bull and put today's date on it, and that'll be That'll be what it is. The Patriots Lab, you've got today's Boogie with the Bull, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, you know who you are, you've got it. Christian Patriots, you've got it. The Patriots Lab, Uncensored, you've got it. And I think that's pretty much it. So anybody, if you didn't get it, go to the Dave Logan profile and share it from there. You can watch it on the Boogie with the Bull page. You just can't share it from there. And there is a live chat when we're on Facebook. Members watching Boogie with the Bull broadcast, do me a favor and go to, if you're going to watch on the Boogie with the Bull page, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. It's here on one of these fancy things we can put on the screen and read to you in the live chats. Please go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give StreamYard permission to use your Facebook name in the live chats. This only works on the Boogie with the Bull page and the Dave Globin profile. It usually doesn't work on the Dave Globin profile because if I post a live broadcast to my profile on Facebook, it usually does not allow, Facebook usually doesn't allow people's names in the live chat, but you can try it. And if it works, I would appreciate it. And if it doesn't work, then you tried it. And I appreciate it anyway. A couple of things that we'll cover scrolling down through here. Toxic-free initiative, toxic-free alternatives. You can live in a toxic-free world. Check out the Melanie Smeltzer Facebook page or go to toxicfreeinitiative.sissel.net and you'll see their alternative toxic-free products. I know people get scared when they see toxicfreeinitiative.sissel.net. That is Melanie Smeltzer's Sissel International webpage because Toxic Free Initiative is the name of her group. So don't be alarmed. It's not, some big fancy organization that's out to screw you with whatever. No, Toxic Free Initiative is Melanie Smeltzer's group. So toxicfreeinitiative.sissel.net and you can learn how to live in a toxic-free world. Go to the Melanie Smeltzer Facebook page and get more information as well. So we'll scroll back over here and we'll come over here. We'll thank Danny Campbell for watching, William Rayfield for watching and being a guest. Derek Arnold, I will get into contact with you as soon as this broadcast is done. I'll leave you a message on Facebook Messenger. You let me know when you're going to be in a place where we can sit together, and you, me, and Ray will get together. I'll try to see if Randy Rhodes can join us. I'll even see if Jennifer Woodruff can join us, but she's very busy. So Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern here on Boogie with the Bull. The Friday Free-for-All is a Jen Woodruff production because Jen teaches us some history, and then from there we go into a discussion of the news of the day, and just go from there. That broadcast usually ends somewhere between 11:45 and 12 noon, the absolute latest, because Miss Woodruff is in a world where it is 10 o'clock in the morning at 12 noon, and she has to start doing things to homeschool the last of the Woodruff children. And homeschooling is an alternative. Jen Woodruff is a person that you might want to talk to get more information on homeschooling. Has homeschooled all 5 of her children, including her youngest daughter, who is going through the high school portion right now. Glad to hear that Derek Arnold got his truck fixed. I know it was about $1,700. I don't know what was wrong with it, but $1,700 tells me that it was probably major. But we all tend to keep our older vehicles and keep them running as best as we can. So I know personally that at some point you can get hit with a high expense repair out of the blue. And in most cases, it's probably cheaper for the long haul to fix that car. Don and I have a 2001 Toyota Avalon. And fortunately, we haven't had a major repair that is crazy yet in the 22 years that the car was in the family. So, and I hope to keep it around for a long time and then keep it in the family at some point. But right now, it does us very good. Good on gas. just turned 138,000 original miles. And it is what it is. You use what you have to do what you do, and you do the best with what you can do with what you have. So it was my pleasure having the privilege of abusing your time, as I always say. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned something from Ray. Look around for William Rayfield going live in your notifications, or the Patriots Lab going live, or Patriots Lab Uncensored on Facebook going live. And you'll see him on YouTube when he is on a broadcast. It can get him onto YouTube, and maybe one day you will see him back on YouTube. And when you see him back on YouTube, like he said, maybe it will be YouTube operating censorship-free the way they should be. Maybe one day that will happen. I will leave you with, I read an article yesterday, then I watched a video. There was a YouTube video, and talk about things that should have been censored because it may or may not be true. But evidently the news of the day is that Elon Musk officially bought Facebook for $310 billion. And all I can say is that if you took Twitter and you married Twitter and its networks on Facebook with its networks, and you called it Twitter, I would probably have to pay whatever you pay for the verification and publishers package or content creators package, because it would be the place to be, as well as all the other places that we are on. So thank you for watching this morning's Boogie with the Bull. I apologize. The 7:30 broadcast did not go like it was supposed to go because the new wireless earbuds, I guess, only work with one ear when you are on StreamYard doing a broadcast, and that's okay. I can deal with that because I only need one ear. I only need to hear the people that are on the broadcast. There's nobody else on the broadcast, and I don't need to wear an earbud because you can't hear yourself through the earbud anyway. I can hear myself through these, and I can read myself on the screen sometimes if I activate the captions. If you want to be on a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, all you got to do is message me. Let me know who you are, what you are, and when you want to do it. We will try to work something on a schedule that works for you and me. Through Monday through Thursday, we will find a time that works for you and I. 10 o'clock is the Friday free-for-all, 10 o'clock Eastern on Friday, and within reason, we will always ask the executive producer, Jen Woodruff, of the Friday free-for-all, if she wants to take and make a broadcast with you, the broadcast of that Friday. If not, we will find something for you. Also, Saturday mornings between 10 a.m. and 12 noon Eastern seem to be a good time. So there's always the possibility of a Saturday 10 a.m. Eastern to 12 noon broadcast, as long as I promise to come out of my room and spend time with my family and do whatever. I am going to go do that right now because I'm going to go eat breakfast. Delilah and Lola both ate breakfast and then went back into nap mode during the broadcast. I'm going to go eat breakfast now and check around on Facebook. So again, if you see the post that asks you to join the Hardcore Conservatives group, the Few, the Proud, the Deplorable group, and right now I think that's all the posts are asking. Next week, starting Monday, it'll be to join the Conservative Freedom Defenders. This group is closing one, and God bless Trump and the USA. If we get them all over 1,000, up to 1,000 or more this weekend, then they will all stay open. And then one by one, I will start taking them to other social media networks that I am on and laying them there. We'll get them on MeWe. We'll get them on Gab. We'll get them on StreetLock. And we'll continue anywhere else any other social media platform that we land on that we can live stream to. We will do that as well. Also, I'm looking for suggestions of free social media platforms where we won't have to pay anything to live stream. We just need the RMTP code and stream key that we plug into StreamYard, and then we just live stream. Most places, when you get to needing the RMTP code and a stream key, that's what they usually want you to pay for it. And depending on who it is and where they are, I'm willing to do that. We are the no budget broadcasting company for a reason. We have managed to do pretty much most of what we do without having to spend money to do it. But as Ray said, sometimes you have to spend money to make money if that's what you want to do with your broadcast. I don't want to make any money. I don't want to make any money for doing Boogie with the Bull broadcast. I will come on every once in a while and I will say, I'd really like to be in Loganville, Georgia on the 18th of February, and I need you to send me on Venmo some money to help. But that isn't what I will do. That isn't what I will do. And it would be very rarely that I would do something like that. Yeah, it'd be very rare that I would actually do anything. I would do anything like that. But it is what it is. We're not out here to make a living doing Boogie with the Bull broadcast. But if you're a broadcaster and you need to make a living doing what you do, that is within your right. From time to time, we might ask you to donate here, donate there, donate, like I said, to help me get around to other places that we want to do a remote live broadcast. But I am willing to, if anyone will be leaving from Middleburg, Fleming Island, or Orange Park, or Jacksonville area, and wants to meet me in the Middleburg, Fleming Island, Orange Park area and get me up to the Unite rally on the 18th of February, 2023, so that we can be there and do a live broadcast of it. I would appreciate it very much. I am willing to pay the gas cost to get me up and back, and that should be a significant amount of gas that you will use, but to at least get me up and back. And most likely probably pay for a meal at some point. And that's that. Plus, you'll see what it's like to do a Boogie with the Bull broadcast. And if you want to help me in the future get to things, then the same results will happen. We are in the year of 2023. That is the year that Boogie with the Bull was supposed to at some point end up with a remote live studio of something. And I'm still hoping, I'm still looking, I'm still, right now there are other things that we need to take care of. So we'll talk about it more and more and more and more and more and more and more. And I have officially started my mini Etch-a-Sketch collection. I got 2 for my birthday from my wife Donna. I got 2 from our oldest son Matt, daughter-in-law Angela, and grandson Tony. I got 2 from them, along with one of my other favorite holiday presents, a McDonald's gift card, which will just about give me enough to get 3 large mocha frappes, including using the end of what is left of the card that the 3 of them gave me for Christmas. So life is pretty good. And as I said yesterday on yesterday's Boogie with the Bull, if you haven't watched the Boogie broadcast before, we talked about the Boogie with the Bull travel mug. It was usually blue. If we can get a supply of them, I will do that. And if I can get the logo printed and on the cup, we will probably be selling the cups again. $15 includes shipping. That's $15, including shipping. The only thing I will remind people is that you cannot, you can put it in the dishwasher, but the lettering is going to wash off. And if the lettering washes off, that's on you. Otherwise, you wash it by hand. And maybe one day, if all works out, there will be a limited edition Boogie with the Bull ceramic mug for 2023. Maybe, just maybe. I don't know. I really want to do it. I have a ceramic travel mug that I love, and I would take it on the road with me if I could, or keep my coffee in the car this way if I could. And I would love to find some of these and just put the logo on it. But anyway, we're coming up on an hour and 40 minutes, which means that is 80 minutes. And that's enough. So anyway, or something like that. Anyway, I thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time on today's Boogie with the Bull. If you watch this as a podcast, yes, you can put comments in, and I would appreciate it if you do. I go back and I look at them when I know that there are comments there, and because I want to see what you had to say. And if you share the broadcast on Facebook, please take it from the Dave Gloven profile. If you share it off of Facebook, I prefer that you go subscribe to the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and you share it from there. Because if you share a Facebook link off of Facebook, sometimes people have to log on to Facebook, and wherever you're posting it off of Facebook, people may not want to log into Facebook or even use Facebook. So it just makes it harder for them. So if you want to share Boogie with the Bull off of Facebook, please go to the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and share it from there. Go to the Boogie with the Bull Twitch channel and share it from there. And if you can find it on Facebook, you can even, if you can find it on Twitter, take it and share it from Twitter. We're probably going to join Twitter and get a blue check like a lot of people. And we're probably going to join Rumble and become a content creator on Rumble as well. Just kind of looking at it and seeing what we can do. Nothing will probably happen before February on those, because we just kind of have to look around. We got a raise with SSDI like everybody else did with Social Security. So, there's a little bit more money to play with. We did not win the $418 million. From what I understand, no one won the $418 million. And so that's still up for grabs. So get your lottery tickets, and who knows, maybe it'll be $500 million, maybe it'll be $1 billion. I really don't know. I can't even think what we would do with $500 million, because I don't know. First, I don't know how we would take it, and second, I don't know how the taxes were going to be paid. And I guess the reality is that if you take half of it, so say you agree to take $209 million, that covers your taxes to the state that you won it in. The $209 million that you end up with, the federal government wants $104.5 million from you. So I personally think that should be changed. If you win $418 million, then the state gets their portion out of the half that you left with them, and the federal government gets their portion out of the half you left with the state. So the state and the federal government can each get $104.5 million. And then the $209 million should be mine to take. Okay? Especially when our federal government is screwed up and they're collecting taxes for things that they shouldn't be. There's so much waste probably hidden away in the bowels of the House audit every year that is just sitting there, that they gave to something that they knew was never going to happen, and at some point they would just shift it someplace else. So we need to figure out all of that. We need to give a lot of money, a lot of authority back to the states that the federal government doesn't need to have, and maybe that means that your taxes may not go down because the state may have it, but maybe they will because you're not funding the federal bureaucracy, you're funding the state that you reside in. And that should be the way that it is. Anyway, an hour and 45 minutes. Thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. Like William Rayfield said, you got to go until you feel that you're done. And sometimes if you're doing well, then you keep going. To me, that was a great compliment, because I've always felt that if I hit 3 hours, it's way too long. If I hit 2 hours, it's getting too long. If I go over 90 minutes, that's too long. I really would like to kind of get it down to a 30-minute broadcast. But I think what may happen, what I may play with next week, is 7:30 Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mondays if I can do it, but Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I don't know. Who knows? But I may bring back the 7:30 broadcast and do the 7:30 a.m. Boogie with the Bull, the morning caffeine edition, and then we'll play around. And if there's reason to do a 10 o'clock Monday through Thursday, we will. And we will always do the Friday free-for-all on Fridays with Jen Woodruff, myself, Randy Rhodes, William Rayfield if he's around, maybe Derek Arnold, who knows. We've got to get everybody together for Let's Get This Weekend Started edition of Boogie with the Bull. Anyway, I'm Dave Goldman. Thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. Our economy works when American business works, because American business is the backbone of our economy. If you're on Facebook, go to the All Roads Lead to Home Facebook page. That's Randy Rhodes, the genealogist extraordinaire. Take a look around. You'll see what he does. You'll even find his rates. And if you think he can help you, message him and let him know. He's a good guy, does a lot of work, spent a lot of time doing it, and will find things that no one else will be able to find and let you know. Probably because some of your older relatives may not even remember or have ever had it done before. So think about it. Let's see. And I think that's about it. An hour and 45 minutes. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end. Double B's for victory for the fact that this Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end. One more time, we will come down and say double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast did come to an end, and we're going to try to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things before it actually does come to an end. So double B's for